There are many ways maintenance activities impact on food safety. Many areas we need to consider. In a general way, anytime there's a breakdown, there's a loss of control that can result in foreign material contamination, bits and pieces falling off, fluids leaking. So running the line smoothly is a first good action. Then, there are more specific hazards associated with each piece of equipment. Bearings can leak, an auger in a screw conveyor can rub in the casing, creating metal fragments, a belt can be misaligned and fray, the list goes on. So for each equipment, there are proper methods to maintain the equipment. Putting enough lubricant so bearings don't seize, but not too much so we don't break the seals on those bearings. Wiping off any grease that comes out of the bearing, and so on. The materials we use are important. Some are made for handling food, others are not. The good ones are easy to clean. They're smooth, they're durable. The other ones are hard to clean. They would fall apart easily, or they're simply toxic, so selecting appropriate materials is crucial. Design is important too. It's the proverbial ounce of prevention. Where are things located? How easy are they to clean? Where will the bits fall if things go wrong? Next come the methods we use, how we work. We'll talk about this in more detail in a minute, but before I want to complete this big picture of how maintenance relates to food safety. I want to mention one last aspect, communication. We often forget it. This includes the paperwork like issuing and closing work orders, but it's more than that. It also includes keeping track of how well the program is working, how much downtime you have, how much of it is planned versus how much is unplanned, the meetings you have, the training. It includes the type of information you relay back to the planner when you close work orders. Did anything go wrong? If we focus on the methods we use, there are many things we need to do to make sure things go well. Many good habits we need to have. The first one is to keep food safety in mind all along the maintenance process. We need to think in terms of food safety not only when we're working on the line, but also at each step that lead to that action. Before anything happens, work is planned and important decisions are made. What is the best time to do a given task? Should we do it while the line is running or when it's down? Is it something we can do in the shop or do we have to do it in production? Obviously, it's easy for things to go south quickly if they are poorly planned. At this stage, coordinating with the production, sanitation, and quality department is paramount. Remember, the messier the job is, cutting, grinding, welding, scraping loose paint, removing insulation, the more protection you will need. When the task has been assigned, before you get going, there are a few things to think of. Only bring the tools and parts you need. Simplicity. Fewer variables means less chances for things to get misplaced. But make sure you have all the tools you need. Going back and forth to the shop or letting things unfinished while you wait for a part increases chances for accidents. Being focused and working efficiently will have a beneficial impact. Make sure you have the right part, the right products, the right chemicals. Will they be in contact with food? Do they have to be food grade? Then you get to the work site. Does the line have to be protected? Well, obviously, if you're running and you will be working close to the product zone, the answer is a no-brainer. Yes, it does. But just because the line is down doesn't mean you can't protect it. The messier the line, the more cleaning you have in store. Taking a few minutes to put up a tarp could save you an hour in cleaning. If you'll be removing food contact parts, prepare a clean area off the floor to keep them on, to keep them clean. Don't step on equipment, whether the line is running or not. It's the same idea. It's harder to clean. It's just a bad habit. Use a step ladder if you need one. Make sure you have a place to store bolts, nuts, washers, whatever small parts you will be removing. Keep them all together. A magnetic tray is very handy for that. Before leaving, make sure you have all the tools you brought in and all the parts you removed. Clean up your mess. Did you notice anything unusual that should be investigated at a later time? Once the work and reports are completed, there is one last step to close the loop. That is, evaluating the work itself. Why was the task necessary? Was it part of a trend in breakdowns indicating a deeper issue, or was it a one-off? Now, you think you can maintain that?